So first we're just going to get a vibe check, right? We're just going to see what the vibe is. Okay. So we have the 10 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles for what your current vibe is, okay? So what this is telling me right now is that you might be kind of going through it a little bit. I can see that you are really working at something, and I know this about you too. I know that you are really working hard towards something right now, and it's kind of stressing you out. It is kind of stressing you out right now. The 10 of Wands is, we are at the end of a journey, or not necessarily at the end, but 10 is right before the court cards start, or the face cards, whatever you want to call them. And so there's still, you're right on the edge right here of really manifesting something awesome. You're about to move into this arduous sort of journey that you've been on, where you feel like you're carrying a lot of responsibilities. You might be kind of stressed out right now, but just please hang in there, because the card after this, the Page of Wands, it's growth. It will, your journey here, all of this burden that you're carrying and that you're like, gosh, when is this going to be over? It is paying off. You're right there. You're right on the edge. But what you might be feeling internally is this sort of 5 of Pentacles energy, where you're just so tired and you could really use some shelter. These people are right outside a church, and they're so tired. They really need help. And the help is right here, right behind them. The help is available. The sanctuary, the support and everything that they're looking for is right there. They just need to lift their heads up and look at what is right there available for them. So what I'm getting from this for you is that you may be feeling some burnout. You may be feeling some burnout, and that is so understandable. But please hang in there. Please lean on your support people. Anyone that kind of gets your vision and gets what journey you're on with this 10 of Wands, that is the type of person that you need to be leaning on right now. You need community. Definitely, if you've been neglecting community, definitely seek that out. Okay, let's get some clarifying cards. What is this journey exactly that you've been on? I'm wondering, where did this journey start? Okay. So the clarifying card for where this journey sort of started, or what it was about, is the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is obviously a very determined individual. He's very he's ready to get out there and get some stuff done, right? The challenge with this may be impulsivity. Maybe you were at one point a little bit brash, a little bit maybe you moved a little bit too fast in the beginning of this journey, and maybe those decisions have sort of caught up with you a little bit. But the determination and resolve and drive that you have is your superpower as well. You know, we want to direct it in a way that best serves us, right? All of that energy, all of that go, go, go energy, it probably did really get you far on this journey already. And maybe now you're starting to see, like, okay, I need to refine this energy and really get precise with it. You know, like a sword. Like, a sword is a very pointed tool, and you can do a lot of damage with it if you're not careful, if you're just swinging it around like crazy, right? But if you are clear and conscious and decisive, you know, maybe take a beat to or maybe this is something that you've learned to do, is you've learned to take a beat and learned to just be like, okay, all of this energy, all of this power that I have, I really need to use it wisely. So now I want to see what's next for you on this journey. What is coming up for you? When you reach out and you ask for the support that you need to avoid your burnout from maybe that was the start of the journey, was a little bit like really energetic and really, you were really motivated and really, you had this like go-getter attitude about it, and now you're sort of starting to feel like I'm, you know, like I still really want this and I'm still really passionate about it, and like I know I need to get this done, and I'm so close to being done, right? But I'm feeling burnt out and I don't know where to turn to for help. The help is there, right? And so the way for you to really resolve this for your highest good is to take a beat. Okay, we have the Four of Swords here, which is, and you can see he is, you know, he's got his sword and everything, he's doing it, but he definitely needs to take a beat. he needs to rest and have some alone time and about that sacred pause. Sometimes it is really, it feels like some, you know, and this is what the Knight of Swords is saying. Maybe in the past you would have really tried to just like push through and you know, been like, it doesn't matter if I'm tired, if I'm burnt out, like I just got to get this done, I just got to do this, right? But what the Four of Swords is saying is that that's actually counterintuitive. At this point in your journey, you do need to make sure that you're getting rest. You need to make sure that you are recharged, that you have the energy to get to what it is that you are really trying to manifest. It's like in working out, in trying to get fit and everything, a lot of people often burn themselves out really quick at first because they get so motivated at first. They're so like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to really change my life, and you know, they go to the gym every day and they're like doing these like crazy workouts and they're like so like, oh yeah, I'm getting it, you know, which can feel good at first, but then you can hurt yourself that way actually. And even if you don't hurt yourself, constantly working, it ends up being counterintuitive, it ends up being counterproductive, because your body does need rest. Your muscles need rest in order to have the time to rebuild those tears that happened when you are, you know, pumping iron and you like make these little micro tears in your muscles. You have to give your body the tools to rebuild that bigger and better, and to achieve your goals, you have to rest. You just have to rest. It's as important as work. Okay, so now I want to see, what is it that might be blocking you from taking that rest, or from seeking out the support that you need in order to be able to take the rest that you need? What is standing in the way of that? Wow. So first we have memento mori. Life, presence, depth. The meaning is in the middle. The meaning is in the middle. That sacred pause in between breaths. Wow, that's really powerful. This is definitely urging you to be in the middle here. So when in like psychology, when we talk about the wise mind, that's where logic and emotions kind of meet in the middle, because I feel like a lot of people, myself included, I used to have like a really hard time not intellectualizing my emotions, and being able to just like sit there and actually feel them. Because I was like, no, like emotions are like, I don't want to be like an overly emotional person or anything, like let me just like logic my way through this. And so logic is a great tool as well. And one thing that a therapist once told me was, that has stuck with me and has really like changed the way that I view my emotions, is that feelings are not facts, right? Like you can feel a certain way about something, and that isn't always the whole truth of it, right? Like for anger is always a secondary emotion. I realize this. There's, whenever you're angry, there is another feeling beneath that, whether it's sadness, pain, grief, whatever the base emotion is. Sometimes anger can be what kind of covers that up to make it easier for ourselves to feel. um, but and so the anger is important, right? You shouldn't exile your anger, because it's there to give you important information, like, hey, this is not okay. Like, there is something that is happening here that is not in alignment with me, or that just is, there's something here that needs my attention. But the initial reaction, or your initial emotional thoughts about it, maybe you're not always the exact pure unadulterated truth, right? Which is where the logic comes in, where you can take a step back and look at, like, okay, where is this coming from? What is this really about? You know what I mean? And so that meaning is in the middle there, and that is something that is going to really help you balance these energies of, like, I really want to get this done, but I'm so tired and burnt out, right? And the other one that I got for that was the Lover. Was Aphrodite, passion, abundance. It is safe to surrender to the good feelings. So I'm wondering if you allow yourself to feel good feelings too. With all this like sword energy and like burnt out energy, maybe you feel like you have to feel that way. Maybe you feel like you have to sort of be in this place of like, oh, I'm working so hard and I'm so exhausted. In our culture, sometimes that is really rewarded societally. People are always like, oh, I only got like 5 hours of sleep last night, I'm so tired, I've been working 100 hours a week or whatever, like, oh. And it's like this weird sort of like self schadenfreude. You know what I mean? But it's seen as virtuous to overwork. It's seen as virtuous to be just go all the time. But again, that just is not sustainable, right? So sometimes we can, and because of that societal reward for being burnt out, depressed, like, all of these negative things, a lot of that is actually more societally rewarded than being able to just be happy where you are. Of course you can always have, and you should always have, especially you, I feel, for the person that this is for. I know that you're a very creative person. You always have these, I know there's like so much up there in your mind that you're like, I want to get this all out there, and I want it to be seen, and for it to be helpful and good for other people as well as just expressing your own self, right? So if you're feeling any sort of like creative block or anything like that, that maybe that's the obstacle in your path right now. You're like, oh my gosh, like I don't know what you have going on right now, but if you are writing an album and you are like, it's so close to being done, but like there's just some block that is stopping me from being able to finish this song or this project, whatever it is, take some time away from it, actually. So like, as more of a visual artist, I have definitely had moments where I will be like working on this painting, and I'm just like, oh my god, like it's close, it's like almost there, but it's not quite what I want it to be. And sometimes it truly is just that I've been looking at it for too long. Like, I've just been looking at it for too long, and I need to take some time away from it, right? And allow myself, this is the great thing about being an artist or being a creative. Sometimes work is going out and seeing a movie. Sometimes work is vegging out in bed. Sometimes work is going out with your friends, doing something that is not actually your work, but sustains you, which you are your greatest tool, especially as a creative person. Like, you are your greatest tool, and you have to maintain yourself, your physical form, your mental, your emotional, all your social, your community. Like, again, I'm really getting this message here that you need to take some time to let yourself breathe, to be kind of in the middle, get comfortable in that, like, okay, like it is okay for me to go out and have fun instead of just focusing on this one thing. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a yogic tool that you can use in this process here. You know, I gotta use my yoga deck because I'm a yoga teacher and I just think it's the best. Maybe going to a yoga class would be good. I don't know if you're really into that, but I do offer them. If you like, let me know. What yoga tool is going to serve our highest good in this moment? Okay, so we have Svadhisthana, which is the sacral chakra. It is the chakra right above the root chakra, so it's the second chakra. And that is definitely confirming this message right now of take care of yourself. Find pleasure. Let yourself feel pleasure. Maybe you give yourself a spa day. Maybe you get yourself a massage. Treat yourself somehow that will make you physically feel good. I think that will definitely help you tap back into, because the sacral chakra is also about creativity and about our passions and the things that really light us up and that make life worth living, really. And so you can connect back to that creative spark, which will then allow you to move forward in your journey. It'll maybe take off some of the burden here. You will feel more of the support that you're looking for by going through the sacral chakra, the Svadhisthana. That is so, so beautiful. I love this for you. And then last thing is we're just going to pull an animal spirit card for you, okay? An animal guide that will help you along the way if you tap into this energy. You got two of them. So this is actually amazingly relevant to the rest of the reading here. Okay, so the owl is a beautiful omen of abundance, of wealth, of blessings that are right about to come in for you. With the Five of Pentacles energy, it is speaking to some sort of scarcity mindset, some sort of feeling of scarcity that you are struggling with right now. You're like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if my project is gonna pay off, if all of my hard work is going to pay off. And the owl says it will pay off. The way to sort of bring this energy back into balance is to make some sort of offering, you know, make some sort of move. And this can be your massage, you know, treating yourself to a massager or whatever is going to make you feel physically supported, because that says abundance, that affirms in your energy that you have the resources you need, you have the support you need. It's counteracting this energy of like, oh my gosh, I don't have what I need, but you have the ability through tapping in to your sacral chakra. You have the ability to change, to prove yourself wrong, you know, because human brains are always trying to like confirm our bias. So whatever thoughts that you're telling yourself of like, I don't have what I need, nobody cares about my project. I don't know if these are things that you're thinking, but if you find those sorts of negative thoughts coming up for yourself, you know, honor them. Be like, again, thank you for letting me know that there's something happening here that I need to pay attention to, but those feelings are not facts. You do have the abundance, you do have the tools that you need, and to affirm that and to bring that into balance for yourself, I would definitely say indulge yourself somehow in some healthy way. You know, don't go on a bender, but do something for yourself that affirms your abundance to yourself. And the dragonfly definitely speaks to the sort of like flitting around of these thoughts when we're in this like scarcity feeling. We can start to panic a little bit. We can start to be like, oh my gosh, I need to do something about this. I need to let me fix this somehow, right? But the other thing that dragonflies are very, very good at is precision and is taking rest. They have to rest because they're working. I mean, if you don't know anything about dragonflies, like their biology, it's so cool. These are some of my favorite creatures like on the planet. They're so awesome. Definitely look something up about them. But the way to bring this energy into balance is to focus on the breath. You know, again, that massage, a yoga class, some sort of, maybe just like a guided meditation on YouTube or something, pamper yourself at home, whatever. But yeah, we're definitely getting these energies of, you know, it's okay, you can breathe, you have the room, you have the time, you're not too late, you're not behind, you don't have to catch up, you are exactly on time. Part of the download that I was receiving for Gemini season was that the path rises to meet you, okay? And I'm really, really getting that for you. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please let me know if any of this resonated or if I was like completely off. Please let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.